Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at the CVLife WildHawk series, and this has several different specs written on the box, so we might go over that real quick before we even open up the box and show you what's in it, because I do like how this box shows a lot more specs on it than the last CVLife that I've got, and it looks like they've really kind of ramped up their quality, which I really do like. I do like how they've done this. So let's talk about it a little bit. So this is actually an RMR footprinted, large windowed, kind of more competition style, but it is small enough to actually use in a concealed carry pistol as well. Let's go over some of those specs. So this is compatible with RMR and MOS system. It has a 21 millimeter Picatinny rail with it. It's a 2 MOA dot with a 40 MOA circle. The circle is counting the reticle, like the cross reticle. So the circle is actually smaller than 40 MOA, but the cross with the circle is actually 40 MOA. So it's a little bit smaller than it kind of sounds, which is actually kind of good. But the motion awake technology, so of course it's got your motion wake up, you know, once the dot has been on for so long, it'll go off, and we'll talk more about that later in the video. But it's also 2000 G shock proof, so it's even more shock proof than the other dots that they've had, and the other dot that I had on this channel has 10 brightness settings, and I think that's with 2 different night vision settings. Anti-reflective coatings, IPX7 waterproof. Window size is, like I said, that competition kind of size, which is very close to like an Osight X or something like that in window size. 0.87 of an inch by 1.02 of an inch, which is actually very, very good. Weight is 1.84 ounces, right there in line with most competition optics. It has unlimited eye relief, and it tells you the size here, 2.07 inches by 1.27 inches by 1.34 inches. The battery type or the battery power all comes from a solar battery. So this is an internal battery. You never change it. The solar panel recharges the battery, and so it'll go for a long time, years and years and years. As long as you expose it to some kind of light, it will go for years and years and years without needing a new battery or need to be replaced. So that's really cool as well. The material is 6061 T6 aluminum, so very good, high quality metals that this site is made out of. So we're really excited to open it up. You'll have to excuse me because I'm going to try to do this as much in one take, because these unboxing videos are hard to redo. This is actually the first time I've really taken this out completely. I did glance at it earlier to see, but I wanted to unbox it with you guys. So it comes with, you know, really well packaged. It's padded on top here. You've got your instruction manual that we might kind of go over in another clip as well, as I kind of get to look at it, because I haven't even got to see it myself. So we'll kind of look at that in a little bit as well. Let's put that aside. I know everybody wants to get to the dot itself, and let's look at this thing. It's well packaged, and that should keep it from getting any kind of damage done to it or anything like that. Always harder to open things on camera, so you'll have to excuse me. So guys, here's the optic. Really, really nice. It looks like it's really thick bevels on the optic itself, really clear glass like the other CVLife optic that I have as well, and just as clear as any of the Holosuns or Trigicons or anything like that, probably more so clear in that aspect. Very cleanly done. You don't see I noticed on some cheap optics you kind of see the glue looks a little bit roughly done on the inside of the glass. These look really well done, like they were done by some high quality machine instead of, you know, cheaply done. You can tell that it's very well made. I mean, this thing is tough. You can tell by feeling of it. It also has plenty of metal protruding from the glass, so you don't have to worry if you're going to rack this with your hand or you're going to rack it on a piece of wood in an emergency reload or whatever. This should hold up just fine. Very thick. You got that large solar panel. That's really cool, because that's what will be recharging your battery as well. You got anti-reflection ribs on the inside like most of your optics do. Very nice made. I don't see no machining marks. I like the simple blacked out style of the side of this dot. It's kind of what I recommended for them last time when we had a dot from them. Yeah, all you get is this little CVLife. Very nice. Look at that, CVLife. I think it's a good looking site with minimalist kind of billboarding, which is what I like personally. So that's really cool as well. Just giving you a good look at this. Like I said, there's no external battery. There's no battery underneath. There's no battery tray on this side. Nice, large, clickable buttons. You can hear that click. Well, let me see if I can hear it. Listen for that. So you can hear that real nice click. Okay. You can see your reticle here. We will show a more focused version of that reticle in a second. But for now, I'm just going to kind of show you. It gets really, really bright. I was just looking at it. Let's go through the rest of the box now and show you that as well. You get plenty of screws. We're not going to go into all that and break them down. There's a bunch of different size screws for a bunch of different things. So we'll look at that later and see what we need. But nobody's really interested in the screws. It comes with all the screws that you need. It also comes with this Picatinny riser mount, which is really nice. I actually like the fact that it's raised a little bit. I think most of the time when you put these on a rifle, you're going to have it raised and want it raised a little bit, so that's good. Comes with that as well. Oh wow, so it comes with actually a raised Picatinny rail. Like I said, this is the first time that I've actually seen this optic or unboxed it, so I don't know what all it comes with. So it actually comes with two. That's nice. So you got a raised one or a lower one. If your rail's already raised on your rifle, you could use this one. If it's not, you can use this one. Very nice. I think that's nice. Let's see what else it comes with. So it comes with your tools for adjusting elevation. It also comes with what looks to be an MOS plate. I think this is an MOS plate for the Glock platform, which is really cool that you don't have to buy the plates or worry about that, and you get you a little higher quality plate with it as well. So that's really cool as well. So that's it for the unboxing. We're going to go into another clip and kind of show you some more things and kind of let you know kind of what the optic looks like. One more time, we'll kind of go over it real quick, kind of show you how it's very minimalist but yet very nice. Alright guys, we're going to show you real quick and kind of go through the brightness settings and see if you can't see kind of how this optic works as far as from the brightest to the dimmest. So let's go ahead and go up. This is kind of hard to do on camera, so y'all be patient with me. You can see it's getting really, really bright, and when it gets that bright, it's for the brightest outside days, so it's too bright for in here. So that's the brightest, so you can see there's plenty of brightness settings to go through to actually adjust it to exactly what you want. Okay guys, so let's go down. Wait, let's go all the way back up and kind of count it. Sorry, hold on. Let's get this right for you. There's 10. All right, now let's see if we can click. It's hard when I'm paying attention to the camera and I'm trying to click this button. So that's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can see how crystal clear the reticle is in 4 because it's set perfectly for this lighting condition. 3, and you can barely see 3 because it's starting to get into the night vision settings. 2, 1. Okay, so we go back up. There we go. Let's go back down again, make sure I didn't move this thing too much. Yeah, that's 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you cannot see 2 and 1 because it's for night vision. There's 3, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So that's your manual modes. Let's go back down to setting 4 real quick, where it's really, really clear so that we can change the reticle and show you guys how nice this reticle looks in its different formats. Okay, I think we turned it off. Let's turn it back on. Hold this one down. Okay, there's your dot only. So this is its clearest setting, so I want to keep it on here. There's your circle only. Looks really nice and crisp. And you're back to your circle and dot. So that's all your manual brightness settings. And I just want to show you how it looks on the edges. It's very clear on the edges. There might be a tad bit of distortion on the edges like all optics have, but actually it's does a very good job of seeing Seeing the reticle on all the edges as well. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to show you kind of the automatic brightness settings as well. Alright guys, we just seen the auto shut off mode that saves the battery. This allows the solar battery to recharge and keep charged a lot longer for years and years and years. So after 225 seconds you see that it just shut off, and if we go to shake it, then it'll come back on. So let's see what it does. Alright, see if we can find the reticle again. I seen it a while ago. There it is. Alright, so you see that it came on when we shook it. It was a little hard. You seen on the side here at the first of the clip, the reticle was off to the side because this mat is a little uneven in some spots, but you did see it go off, and you did see when I shook it, I didn't have to press any buttons. It automatically came on, so you don't have to worry about that. Really cool feature on most new premium optics, and this is no exception. Great little feature. Alright guys, now we are going to demonstrate the auto brightness mode, and to turn this one on and off you hold down the plus and the minus button for 1 second together at the same time. So that's the way that you turn on the auto brightness mode. But I'm just going to tilt the optic toward my side light here, and this is going to demonstrate that as it sees more light it's going to brighten up. So you see it's a little bit dim because it's pointed, the top of the optic is pointed toward the shadows. I could actually probably, as I cover it, you can see that the reticle even gets dimmer and gets brighter. So that's also demonstrating that it's going darker as it sees more dark shadows. See how it brightens up. Now we're going to turn it toward the light and see if it'll brighten up. Let's see if we can do this without clicking any buttons at all. Alright guys, you can see that it's brightening up because I'm pointing it toward my side light here, and the optic has brightened up quite a bit. And if I was to raise it up toward my overhead lights, it would even get brighter. But I'm demonstrating that it is brightening itself up and adjusting according to the lighting on top of the optic coming down from above the optic, which is where you would want it to see when you're actually using this optic on any kind of platform. So let's point it back toward the top slowly and see if it'll kind of readjust. See, it's getting dimmer and dimmer as we point it toward the shadowed area. And up here, I will kind of, there it is right there. So it's kind of, and the reason why it's so dark is because over here above my optic is a shadowed platform, so there's no light coming this way. There's no light. The light's coming straight down from the back side. So when you look at the optic through your eye, you see this reticle more, but looking through the, this camera is focusing on the light above, so it's adjusting and it looks darker, but you can see that it is adjusting, and with my eye I can actually see the reticle more, but it's just showing you that it is working properly, which is really cool. So guys, I hope you enjoy that feature as well, and showing you kind of how that works. It does work instantaneously, works very well. Alright guys, I wanted to cover real quick maybe some of the features and specifications that I did not cover before. Let's see what we did cover. We covered the window size, we covered the eye relief being unlimited. You got brightness levels, 8 daytime and 2 nighttime. The weight's 1.84 ounces. I showed you the dimensions earlier as well, and you can actually read that if you want to. If you want to pause the video and see those specifications, you can. But yeah guys, it also has a recommended zero distance of 33 yards. I would say 25 is plenty good enough, but for maybe rifles it would be further than that, like 33 yards like it says. Internal solar power battery, we done talked about that, showed you the features, so never having to replace a battery is kind of cool in my opinion. It also says to leave the optic, if you feel like it's getting low, it'll flash 5 times when you turn the optic on if the battery's getting low. And how you can recharge it is just by setting it in a window, or actually taking it outside and setting it on the deck while you're shooting or something. Anywhere it's going to get actually good UV light. It has to be UV light, so some indoor lighting will not be as good for that. So just letting you know, don't put it in a safe for 5 years and expect it to come out charged, okay? So that's just something to think about. I think for most people in most environments, it'll work out great, never be a problem. But just remember to kind of put it, set it in a window and let it charge for an hour or so every once in a while, and you'll be fine, especially if it's on a carry gun. So make sure that it is charged. Make sure it's not flashing when it comes on when you put it in your holster, when you carry this gun, or this optic with the gun. So make sure that it is charged when you put it in there. It has all kinds of information about zeroing and different things, and the reticles themselves, and all the settings on the paper really nicely, well done, very easy to read, which I'm very happy for. They're getting better and better with their quality control, and as you can see with the optic itself, they're actually getting really good at making the thing look premium. I like everything about this. It's simple yet elegant looking, really well done. Let's also check real quick while we're talking, because I didn't get through this earlier in the video. Let's show you the click adjustments, and I'm taking these out for the first time, so maybe you can hear this on camera. First I'm going to do it kind of in the camera. This is kind of hard to do, but yes, you can hear it very nice. Let me get close to the, I'm going to put it up close to the microphone so that you can hear it. You can hear those nice audible clicks, and you can feel it tactile when you're actually turning the adjustments, so that's very nice. I might need to turn that back before we actually side in the optic. That way we're not way off when we side it in. All right, now on to the fun stuff of the video. All right, guys, I'm going to show you the auto balance. When you're in the light and it's picking up more sunlight, the reticle will be brighter as it picks up more solar energy. So that's how it's adjusting, is by how much power it's actually getting to the board or to the cell. And then as you go into a darker type light, it'll actually dim. Did you see it just dim? So we can actually watch it dim. I had to turn some of my settings off on my camera because it was auto adjusting and not showing it. But if you can see, the reticle's nice and crisp in the shadows as it's getting less sunlight. And then when we take it back to the brighter light out here, it's brightening up. So that's a good example of the auto brightness settings from the solar panel on top. Hope that gives you a good example of what it does. That's 25 yards. Let's try 105 yards.